Hi everyone, Pam here from Creative Homescaping. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, I post several videos a week on how to creatively manage and decorate your home. In today's video, I'm going to be taking this container that I received with some fresh flowers in it several years ago, and I'm going to create a faux floral arrangement in it for my home for springtime. So if you'd like to see that, stay tuned. So the first thing I've done is put some paper into the bottom of my container to lift up the floral foam. Hear that? It's my dryer. So I won't need to use as much foam. And then I just have a couple pieces of leftover foam. I'm going to wedge those into the container like so to start my arrangement. Now I want to make sure I'm picking a side I like for the front of the container. And let me see. This is probably good. So I'm actually going to shift the floral foam around so it's sitting square with where I want the front of the container to be. Now I am going to be using some florals that I picked up at Walmart and Dollar Tree. So I got this Boston fern plant from the floral section of Walmart, and I cut the different frond pieces apart so they were on a single stem. I'm going to be using those. And I'm going to be using some tulips I also got at Walmart. This was in a big bunch I showed in a live I did. I hauled a few things in that live, but I've cut them apart so I could arrange them better within this container. And then I also have these Queen Anne's lace florals. They are a gold taupey color that I got around the holidays, but I've been loving using them during spring because they're so neutral. They seem to fit right in really well with spring florals and add an accent of a yellowy taupey tone to the arrangement. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and get started. Now, one of the first things I'm going to do is pick out the pieces that I want to have the fern pieces and which ones I want to use where in the arrangement. Now I sort of want to create a fan type arrangement. This is going to be a little bit backwards to you, but I'll turn it around and show you. So I'm going to stick the ferns in and then I'll come back and show you what I did. So there you can see I've created kind of a fan-like arrangement. Now this is very wide and it's also going to be very tall. And I did that on purpose because I want it to be in the corner of my kitchen window, and I'm trying to hide the air conditioning compressor unit which sits outside the kitchen window. So I wanted to create a very full, lush looking arrangement for that area. So now I'm going to go fill in the rest of the flowers. I think I will start with some of the tulips and place them in, and I need to pick out which one I want as my main tulip, and I'll pick one of the taller ones, I think. So this one's one of the taller ones. So I'll just start putting those in to the foam. I may need to snip them off a bit, but I'll start putting them into the foam and then I'll foam and come back and show you what I've done. And then what I'll probably do is fill in with some of the Queen Anne's lace and then some more of the ferns. So we get going on that. Okay, so here's the completed arrangement. I may need to, once I get this in place in my window, I may need to move some of these around a little bit. But I'm really happy with how it turned out. I've arranged the tulips in kind of a pyramid shape throughout here, but it's a little bit haphazard so it doesn't look too static. But I really like how it looks, and I think it's going to block the air conditioning compressor nicely and look very spring-like and festive in my window. So shall we take a look? So So here's my kitchen window, and as you can see, there's the air conditioning unit, and then there's a rosemary plant growing by it. And in the background I have a flax plant that's kind of spiky. So I think when I push the fern in there, it'll blend right in with the background of the rosemary and the flax. So let's take a look. Okay, there it is in place, and as you can see, it perfectly blocks the compressor. So now I have a pretty floral bouquet to look at, as well as my blooming rosemary and other things. I am really happy with how this looks. Now I'm going to add a little bit to this vignette, but you'll have to come back and see that in another video. So what do you think of my bouquet? I am by no means a trained floral designer or bouquet preparer. I have been learning as I go along. I have been learning by watching videos on YouTube, and I've read about how to make some floral arrangements in the past, but when I first started, my arrangements didn't look very good at all. I am getting the hang of it better now because I actually haven't really used a lot of fake florals in my decorating before. I used to just buy fresh florals when we would have parties, but you know, then those wilt and you don't have them for very long. And then I realized, hey, if I can find some really nice looking florals that don't really look fake, I can create my own arrangements that will match my decor. I don't have to go hunting around for them. And if you go to places like Dollar Tree and Walmart, where they have the very inexpensive flowers, you can pick those up when you find some that look nice, like the ones I used in the bouquet. Sometimes I'll splurge for a little bit more expensive flower from a place like Michael's or Pier 1 if I see some that are really just beautiful. And you can mix those with fake florals that are not as expensive, and it will really elevate the bouquet but keep your costs down. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, why don't you subscribe? I do post several videos a week on how to creatively manage and decorate your home, as I mentioned in the intro. So I hope you'll click that subscribe button in the box down below or the icon in the corner of this video to get notified when I do post new videos. I really thank you all for watching. I hope the weather where you are is getting better as we head into spring. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.